Hi, I'm Miranda. I am 29 years old. I'm turning 30 next month. I live in the Pacific Northwest on an island in the Puget Sound. I do want to say I'm wearing these headphones because it's noise canceling and it just makes it easier for me to focus. So I first had a YouTube channel when I was a teenager in high school, like 10, 15 years ago. And I used to have a Monday morning show that I did with my best friends, Claire and Brian, where we'd all get to school early and film a talk show Monday mornings with Miranda, Claire, and Brian. Those are still out there in the world. As I graduated and I went to college, I definitely put that YouTube channel on the back burner, mostly because who wants to see their high school content follow them into college and eventually a career. But I did go ahead and build an entire career out of my love for video production, and particularly editing is something I really enjoy. As YouTube has become this huge thing where, people have entirely successful careers that are just being in front of the camera and sharing their lives. And the one thing that they always seem to say, I see the common thread, is how much they hate editing. And it is very time consuming. I've always loved it. I find it very therapeutic. I'm somebody who likes some control in their life. Maybe you relate. It's an easy way for me to put some control over visual mediums. I'm really into makeup and doing my hair and all of these things. Not today. I did do some makeup. Hope you like it. My hair I put a ton of dry shampoo in it. It looks crazy. Maybe I'll show you later. Video editing is a great way to exhibit control, and it's something I found I can put my talent toward telling really important stories and helping spread niche topics. And I started in documentary and I ended up going into branded content, and I was selling books for a very long time out of Columbia University, and now I'm just doing pretty much everything under the sun. It's been really cool to see, since I was making that little YouTube channel with my friends where it was literally just fun. We even did stop motion animation and just, I don't know, really the happiest memories from my teenage creativehood. Teenage creativehood? Is that a thing? Teenagehood? Creative brain? I'm still not sure if sharing my entire life on YouTube is the right move for me as an adult. From a creative perspective, being in front of the camera is not a comfortable place for me. It's probably why I have to wear noise canceling headphones. It's also just windy out here, so I'm hoping the sound turns out okay. I'm so sorry if not, and I probably won't upload it if the sound's not good, because that's the kind of professional that I am. Another reason I'm recording this is because I have therapy this afternoon, and last week I talked entirely about my want to upload a YouTube video, and I promised her I'd upload a YouTube video, and guess what? I didn't do it. You're allowed to break promises to your therapist. That's what's kind of wonderful about therapy, as long as you're being honest about it. But I don't want to, I have other things to talk about in therapy, and I don't want to talk about that today. So I'm hoping I can just talk about some of that stuff with you guys. I mean, who better than the YouTube community to talk about my weird relationship with being on camera? I don't know. Okay. Long story short, there's been a ton of updates in my life over the past 3 years, and I haven't wanted to share all of it on social media, especially in the day-to-day. A lot of it feels so special and so sacred. I just wanted to be in the moment. Part of why I'm having issues filming, and part of why I like editing, is I'm a rambler, I'm a talker. I have a lot of thoughts going through my head all of the time, and that's part of why it's part of why I have been so successful in my career so far. I've been successful in my life so far, but not everything is perfect, but things are really, really good, and I want to share some of that with you. I want to document this exciting time in my life in a way that feels natural and in a way that might potentially help others. I don't know about you, but especially the last 3 years, I have followed parasocially other people's lives and seen their ups and their downs and really learned a lot and felt a little more connected to the world, even though they weren't people that I knew in my real life. And I think that is my sweet spot with social media. It's turning is I just really like the idea that I can use my love of video production to potentially help someone. So I don't know exactly how that's possible, except for the fact that I've experienced myself from others out there. That's why I am just putting this video up today, I guess, as an ask. Okay, so news updates. I got married 3 years ago. Luckily, my husband and I eloped in December of 2019. We were able to get my family to fly out, and we just had a couple close friends there. And then we had a dinner with a couple more close friends at our favorite Italian restaurant that's since closed in the Lower East Side. And it's very happy memories. I don't know. I can't get into it all right now. We were then going to have a wedding here in the Pacific Northwest where you can invite both of our families. Everyone can meet each other, have that wonderful thing in July of 2020. And that did not happen, as you can imagine. It very much did not happen. That 6 months of everyone's life was extremely terrible. I'm gaining more perspective every single year that passes, that we can look back at that time. But one of the most painful things that happened for me personally was my entire dream wedding falling apart week after week. Someone else fell through. Our planners went out of business and we didn't get our deposit back. It was a complete nightmare from a logistics standpoint, and I'm a producer, so whatever. We did in 2021 get to have a version of that event. It wasn't absolutely perfect, but it was absolutely perfect. I mean, the photos are something I'm really going to cherish forever. I kept saying during the whole thing, this is basically a big photo shoot, but that's not a bad thing. We also had a big party. We also got to have a lot, not everyone, because it was still 2021. I remember being afraid that everything was going to get canceled again. And that was, just a new level on everything. I couldn't have handled that. At that point, we would have just done it with Mike and I. We would have taken the whole 10-acre property to ourselves and had a badass picnic. But it did happen. We decided in that entire process that we did actually want to move back to my home state, Washington. We had a really beautiful 10-day drive across the country, and we had an apartment for 16 months in downtown Seattle, and then we bought this house that I'm sitting on our front porch right now, really our dream property. I'd love to show you guys around a little bit. I also really value boundaries and privacy and am scared about putting too much out there, but I am willing to be flexible and play with those boundaries a little bit and see how much I am willing to share with you. We'll see. I don't know. What's so exciting about being at this house, we moved in right before Thanksgiving. So we've been here, 4 months. I don't know. I can just see us being here for a very long time. At least that's what I hope is going to happen. And knowing it's going to be with him, and knowing we're hopefully going to build a family someday here, and we are building a garden right now, which I want to share with you guys. We've always had herbs and salad and whatever we could kind of grow on our windowsill. We've always loved that. That's been a really fun thing. And then even when I was in the apartments in downtown Seattle, I got into growing oyster mushrooms and shit. It was fabulous. That's always been, we're not homesteaders, I'll give you that much. I really don't want chickens. I like chickens. I'll go visit your chickens. I want to know everything about your chickens. I just don't want them, because I just don't want the extra responsibility. Literally, it just comes down to that. But we like making our own things, and we like cutting out the middleman when that's possible. And we like, I don't know. All that being said, we're, I think, going to really find a lot of fulfillment in getting this garden going. We just had our last frost date a few days ago. It's mid-April now, and it's still freezing outside, and I have a ton of starts inside that I need to get outside yesterday, and I'm looking at my garden right now as I'm talking to you. It's supposed to be warmer next week. I think that will be the point where I will get to all of that. It's gonna work out. I'm not worried. Back to Mike, city boy in the country. We're not really in the country. We're on an island with every modern convenience in the world, and neighbors and schools and everything, it's not, we're definitely not living out in the ether. Just a few minutes ago, Mike came out our front door to say hi to me, and he was so excited to run over and say hi to me. He didn't even notice our cat getting out the front door, and we have a bald eagle that literally I can see the nest right here. At first, I saw the cat, and I was like, oh my God, the cat learned to open the door, because I swear these cats are learning to open every door in this house. They see a door closed, they're like, why? I was sitting right here. I take my headphones off. I'm about to like freak out and run after Cosmo, thinking he just opened the door himself, right? And then I turn my head a little more. I see my husband coming out. He's just so happy to see me. He completely didn't realize our gorgeous little sun cat running into the bald eagle's lair. Okay, it wasn't that bad. He was just on our front porch. He went a few feet. I was like, you just let Cosmo out. And he was like, what? And he's like so happy to see me, but then sees Cosmo. We both are like, I'm laughing at that point. He gets the cat gets inside. I don't know. It's just, life is looking a little different these days, but I'm happy with how it's looking. That doesn't come without its challenges. We've had to teach my husband how to drive. I don't recommend being newlyweds and teaching your husband how to drive on a 10-day cross-country road trip, but nowadays, you know, I can throw him the keys. He has his license. Trying to figure out, you know, division of labor issues is continuing to be a discussion in our house. What is nice is I like the person I married, and we're on the same page about getting to the same goal. We don't have that routine down yet, but we're getting there, and I've really learned a lot along the way, and I don't know, I'm happy to talk more about that at some point. You just let me know. Sorry, I just had a package delivered, and then I started doing some shit, and I lost track of time. But hey, I'm back. Sun came out a little more, so maybe this is better lighting even. Okay, where was I? So, I don't know, basically future plans, goals, where we're at. Things are really good right now. We travel a lot, and of course we didn't travel for an entire year when it wasn't safe to do so. That was very hard because I was very far away from a lot of my friends and my family. Now we're on the opposite side of the country, so I'm close to those friends and family, which has been the best thing in the world. But now my husband's farther away from his family, and so we kind of have to travel back and forth. So last year we were going back to the East Coast a lot more. There are a lot of family events that were rescheduled since the pandemic. And this year, pretty much until Thanksgiving, I always go back to the East Coast for Thanksgiving. That I couldn't miss in a million years. But I think for the rest of the year, at least through summer, I really plan on sticking around here. That's not the same for my husband. Mike, he has to travel for work, so I will be it'll be fun. I get to hang out here, tend to my garden, see the seasons change. It's really, day by day, it's so interesting to see how my yard changes. I go for a walk every single day, and I'm finding new things. We just found another cherry tree on the property, and the plums just finished blooming, and there's a lot to be discovered. I found a whole row of established peonies in my garden that I just thought was a row I needed to work on putting some flowers into. Glad I didn't tear those out. That's kind of in my strategy for this whole yard project, going from apartment living to having, we have an entire acre right now. It's a big life change, and I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, so no travel coming up, but lots of home excitement. To wrap up, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you made it this long in the video, really, I praise you. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I would love to know a little more about you. Where are you coming from? What's your life like? Why are you interested in watching my little life here in the Pacific Northwest? How can I help you? I'm really interested in using this medium to not only document my life, but also maybe help some other people through their problems. And I think with a little back and forth, I might be able to get there easier than if I just try on my own. So let me know. You can follow me on my TikTok. I don't let any of my family follow me on TikTok, so this is a big deal that I'm letting you, my YouTube audience, follow me on TikTok. I can't speak. Okay. I'll go ahead. I'll put the title. See, this is how new to TikTok I am. But hey, I've been on a week and already 350 followers. I don't even know how the lingo works. Follow me right here, the tiki-taki. yeah, subscribe, all those things. Let me know what topics you want me to discuss in the future. I really look forward to our future. This should be really fun. Here's to the first YouTube video. My little invisible drink. Clink. Yeah, this is weird. Thanks, bye.